When I discovered my mother's photographs, about 1,500 in total, they were by renowned photographers like Cartier-Bresson and Bernice Abbott, I really was at a loss as to what to do with this collection.
After my mother died and we split Daniel's artwork among various households, I had been thinking about long-term what we would do with all of his artwork.
When my Uncle Leopold died, he had a lot of his things. He was Mikhail Baryshnikov's makeup artist. He was Beverly Sills' makeup artist before he worked at the American Ballet Theater.
When my late, great, legendary musician husband passed away in 2011, I discovered that I was left with almost 50 years of magnificent music and history to preserve.
Mark Abrams was my closest friend. I didn't know how close that was until he died and left me the executor of his estate. One of my most important responsibilities was to make sure that his photography lived on.
A collection becomes as you get to be my age and you think, if I died tomorrow, nobody would know very much about what was in this house.
When I saw this article about Poba, I called them, and it just sounded like a perfect fit for us, because I wanted to preserve his art, at least digitally, so that everyone anywhere could look at his art.
I went to Poba, who was wonderful in providing me with experts to help me evaluate the value of the photographs themselves, but also to help me sift through all the many options of online auction houses that are there and make recommendations to me as to which ones to select.
In setting up the portfolios, whenever I ran into problems, I would contact the concierge services, and they were very helpful every step of the way, and as soon as I learned how to do it, it was quite easy.
In addition to their core services of archiving music and putting portfolios of people's works online, they have so much knowledge about the music industry and music in general that they can offer other advice and promotions, such as a contest to find other writers to finish the songs that Andrew left behind.
We were in the New York Times, and then there was this wonderful segment, 30-minute segment on network TV.
Poba just seems miraculous to me because they help someone like me with their collection, not only just cataloging it, but evaluating it and suggesting what can be done with it, either now or in later years.
Poba took all the images that we had, whether they were positives or negatives, prints, books, posters, and decided which ones were worth retaining. They digitized the ones that were worth retaining and had value in the future, and then they helped me dispose of the materials that no longer had value and diminished the value of what was retained.
It's been a real blessing. I occasionally just go up to the site and look at his picture and reread the narrative that's been posted about him. And since he's passed, there have been several births. So I actually now have a granddaughter. And my granddaughter will come to know her Uncle Leopold through his things.
It was emotional for me, but it was really rewarding. And the only thing that made me sad was that he couldn't know that this artwork would be displayed. In fact, when he was alive, there was no internet or digital photography.
One thing that was very interesting about the process, as I worked with Poba and as I submitted and helped them to archive and just post things about my uncle, it almost felt like he was alive again.
Poba continues to promote my mother's legacy, and we are thrilled that her collection will live on the Poba site to be shared with others.